Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call this meeting into order. It's 6:01. If I can please have roll call.
Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo,
Here.
Councilmember Peralta,
Present.
Councilmember Alonso,
Present.
Mayor Melendez.
And I am here. I'll move on to our city attorney for the announcement of the closed session items.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council. This evening, we have 4 items on for closed session. Anyone who wishes to address the City Council on any of those 4 items before we recess into closed session would have to fill out a card at this time. Mr. City Clerk, do we have any cards for closed session matters?
We have no speaker cards.
Thank you very much. So at this point, it'd be appropriate for the City Council to recess into closed session for items 1, 2, 3, and 4 as listed on the agenda.
Thank you. All right, we'll recess into closed session. We'll be back.
Trying to seek help with that kind of stuff, like, people just didn't get it. People just didn't get it.
Mental health was not discussed.
It never occurred to me that you could go somewhere and talk about it. Never. Ever.
One of the biggest stressors that I've had for years was just trying to get help.
Therapy, I think, was one of the biggest things that got me through all of my suicidal ideations and depression and anxiety.
Being alcohol-free for the last year, I'm like really happy to be here, which I didn't feel before.
My therapist is cool, awesome, chill.
Music, exercise, and connections with other people.
Maybe whoever you are that's listening right now, like, I hope that you can understand that it's enough. We're enough.
There's always going to be a moment in your life where you have a choice of turning back or keep going. If you keep going, you can only go.
If they're struggling every day to just be alive, they're not going to tell you that. And so I think the anonymous part is such a huge thing, and also just the ease of getting help through Care Solace.
How much support and hope that we have, because Care Solace was able to help us close the gap. It was so quick, I didn't even see it coming.
Finally having the right people listen. It's such a huge, huge relief.
People to feel their lives are worth something. My life is about helping those people understand that and get them the services that they need so they can turn their lives around.
The Citizen of the Month program celebrates those who embody the spirit of advocacy, volunteerism, education, and contribution. Montebello is filled with extraordinary people who light up our community with compassion. They are unsung heroes who make a difference in the lives of others. We invite you to be a part of the process and nominate someone today. To nominate someone for Citizen of the Month, visit tinyurl.com/citizen nomination or scan this QR code and complete the nomination form. Each month, the nominees are reviewed and selected by the Citizen of the Month Committee and awarded during City Council meetings. Help us acknowledge the remarkable efforts of these quiet champions and give them the recognition they deserve. Nominate someone today, because every act of kindness counts.
Shop local, shop Montebello. Visit a brioche with Vanessa Raygoza to tell us more about her business.
Hi, my name is Vanessa Raygoza, Executive Pastry Chef here at Brioche Pastries. We offer pastries, cakes, and coffee. We take great pride in using artisanal methods and quality graded ingredients. We don't use any emulsifiers, stabilizers, preservatives, thickeners, or dough conditioners. We are sourcing our chocolate from Switzerland, our compounds from France and Italy. Visit us at briochepastries.com. Come get your gift certificates for the holidays and place your special orders with us. See you soon.
Remember, shop local, shop Montebello.
Shop Local, Shop Montebello visited Organica Juice Bar with Anna to tell us more about her business.
Hi, welcome to Organica Juice Bar. My name is Anna. I'm the owner and founder of Organica. We are the first organic juice business in Montebello, and we're happy to be here because this is the city I grew up in and I continue to live here, so welcome. We have created a space for wellness and a healthier lifestyle. We make our almond milk in-house every day. As you're thinking about a healthy start to your new year, we specialize in organic, fresh, made-to-order juices, superfood smoothies and bowls, salads, toast, wellness shots, healthy snacks, and detox cleanses. Our wellness classes coming up in the month of December. We also do catering services. We invite you to follow us on our social media, Organica Juice Bar. Please visit us for good vibes, and remember, health is wealth. Thank you.
Shop Local, Shop Montebello. Shop Local, Shop Montebello visited Ground Up Coffee with Daniel Dupuy to tell us more about his business.
Hey, what's up? My name is Daniel Dupuy. I'm the owner here at Ground Up Coffee. Born and raised here in Montebello. We're a local business. Let me show you what we do. Ground Up Coffee is the first specialty coffee shop in Montebello. We've been here 8 years now. We buy farm direct coffee in an ethical way. We roast it ourselves here at our coffee shop. We do all types of lattes. We do cold brews. We do drip coffees. We also have growlers for cold brew. We do a couple specialty teas, and we also have resale bags for things that you can brew at home. We're definitely a community-oriented shop. We have great Wi-Fi. We have a lot of outlets for charging your computers. We get a lot of students. We have a community library that over the years has become a really, really dope selection of books, and it's definitely a space people come to relax, get away, or to be inspired. Catch our website at groundupcoffeela.com. So come on down, grab one of those things, and hope you enjoy yourself.
Remember, Shop Local, Shop Montebello.
I am Melanie Walovich. I'm the person that takes care of the Montebello Barnyard Zoo. What we're doing is, well, due to the fires, there's a family that reached out to me asking if, there's anything I can do to maybe help the family that lost their home. They have about almost 50 animals, farm animals, and I offered for them to bring them here. Point of doing this is to help the animals so they're all in one place together. They will have love, food, people visiting them all the time until the family can get back on their feet again. And that is my main goal, is to make sure that they're okay and they get the help they need.
Welcome to the city of Montebello. Montebello is adjacent to the San Gabriel Valley in Los Angeles County, approximately 8 miles southeast of downtown Los Angeles. Here you'll find a beautiful suburban community, parks and open space, and diverse dining and shopping experiences among a thriving business district. Settled by the native Tongvan peoples and later developed by missionaries and agriculture, the city reflects its name for beautiful mountain. Montebello's fertile hills are historically known for their natural beauty and breathtaking views. The discovery of oil in the region in the early 1900s gave rise to local industry and increased prosperity of the city. Montebello is now home to nearly 63,000 residents. Located near major freeways, Montebello is an ideal location for businesses to thrive, serving as an important center for the movement of goods, auto sales, and industrial warehousing and manufacturing, offering families, visitors, and businesses an environment in which they can live, work, and play. The public safety of Montebello's residents is looked after by a dedicated police force and fire department. These committed professionals work day and night to protect and serve the health and safety needs of all community members. These departments offer a range of support including community policing, paramedic aid, homeless outreach, and fire prevention and suppression are all important aspects of living in Montebello.
Shop local, shop Montebello visited Chago Tortas Ahogadas with Santiago Chago Laguna to tell us more about his business.
Hi, my name is Santiago Chago Laguna. Welcome to my Tortas Ahogadas Chago. 123 Washington, Montebello, beautiful city. Tenemos tortas ahogadas, que es la especialidad de la casa, Tortas Ahogadas Chago. Y es un virote salado, delicioso, que ya están viendo los hornos, cómo se prepara aquí la torta ahogada. Es exclusivo de Guadalajara, pero ya, bueno, rompimos con ese mito de que en Estados Unidos no hay virote salado, pues lo hicimos. Tortas Ahogadas Chago lo cumplió y lo hizo aquí. Tenemos tacos dorados sabrosos de papa y de frijol, muy sabrosos. Aquí los esperamos para que los prueben. Los invitamos para que vean nuestras redes sociales, chahogadas.com. Y bueno, si tú dices que escuchaste y viste este video, tienes tu 20% de descuento de aquí hasta que termine el año. Así de que te la vas a pasar muy bien. Vengan y prueben aquí a Tortas Ahogadas Chago en la ciudad de Montebello. Los esperamos. Muchas gracias.
Recuerde, compre localmente, compre en Montebello. Montebello Police Department is hiring skilled officers in a supportive community. Visit mpdcareers.com. Montebello Police Department, dedicated to superior service.
The city's rich diversity is reflected in its residential neighborhoods. Montebello offers a mixed variety of living choices, from single-family homes and apartments to townhomes and new housing developments that feature resort-style living and modern design. Senior living and assisted care communities for all income levels are available and offer older adults independent and supportive living options in comfortable, safe, interactive, and friendly environments. Montebello's commercial and business districts offer abundant opportunities for those who need office space or storefronts from which to offer goods and services or to conduct other business.
Hi. Disculpa, pero no iba a venir porque estaba lloviendo. No me quedo hoy. Thank you.
Montebello Unified School District. One of the largest school systems in Los Angeles County, enrolling nearly 30,000 students from kindergarten through 12th grade. Founded in 1909, Montebello High School is one of 5 comprehensive high schools in this school district. Montebello High offers a safe and nurturing learning environment, providing students with intellectual, social, and personal growth. The district has 4 other high schools: the Applied Technology Center, Bell Gardens, Shure, and Vale, as well as 16 elementary schools, 6 intermediate schools, and 4 schools for adult education, all which offer advanced learning opportunities. Opened in 2011, the Applied Technology Center offers select students a specialized learning community combining project-based learning with career-based skill sets in architecture, construction, culinary, engineering, and legal and health services. We're also home to several private religious schools, including St. Benedict Grammar School, Cantwell Sacred Heart of Mary High School, Miraculous Middle School, and other faith-based education options. All of Montebello's schools share a commitment to academic excellence and helping students to achieve their full potential.
Today, Shop Local, Shop Montebello is visiting Angry Horse Brewing with Nathan McCusker to tell us about their business.
I'm Nathan McCusker. Welcome to Angry Horse Brewing here on Whittier Boulevard. Here at Angry Horse Brewing, we build community through craft beer. We make craft beer and seltzer-based cocktails right here in our Montebello facility. We have a ton of events going on through the holiday season here at Angry Horse, from trivia night to comedy night. We also would love to host your holiday gathering, so hit us up if you're interested in hosting your event here at Angry Horse Brewing. During the holidays, we're releasing 2 seasonal beers. We have a cranberry red ale, and we have a peppermint bark pastry stout that we're going to be releasing in December. Join us at Angry Horse. Be one of our regulars. We're open 7 days a week, or you can visit us at angryhorsebrewing.com. At Angry Horse Brewing, where craftsmanship and community unite.
Remember, shop local, shop Montebello.
Thank you.
If you're looking for a safe, reliable, and accessible way to travel across town or the greater Los Angeles area, look no further than Montebello Bus Lines. This is the 3rd largest transit agency in Los Angeles County. Montebello Bus Lines operates 7 local bus routes, a commuter connection service to Metrolink trains, and a dial-a-taxi program. Moving more than 7 million riders annually over the past decade, Montebello Bus Lines supports the local economy by connecting people to jobs, shopping, entertainment venues, medical facilities, and learning institutions in 12 surrounding cities. Whether you're commuting to work or connecting with your friends to shop or eat out, let us do the driving as you sit back and relax on the way to your destination. Speaking of food, there's no lack of restaurants in the Montebello area. From authentic Mexican cuisine to classic Americana, you'll find something for everyone. Montebello offers diners a variety of tasteful eateries, bars, and social hangouts for all ages and appetites. The Shops at Montebello, with its modernized look and feel, strives to provide an optimal shopping experience and a place to come together, offering numerous retail and dining selections for the entire family. Stroll through Macy's, H&M, Forever 21, JCPenney, Coach, plus more than 160 specialty retailers. With room to grow, you're invited to help us continue building Montebello's prosperity, beauty, and rich diversity.
Aquí te va a dar, ¿eh? Thank you so much.
Yeah, we're
In our community, the value of community organizations improve our quality of life by the interests and spirit those organizations uphold. Community organizations provide opportunities for friends and neighbors to give back, get involved, and come together while creating a sense of pride for the city they all share. Contact a community organization today and discover the contribution you can make through your participation and support.
Today, Shop Local, Shop Montebello visited Salvatore Restaurant with Joe to tell us more about his business.
Hello, everybody. My name is Joe from Salvatore's Italian Restaurant. Welcome. At Salvatore's Restaurant, we specialized in authentic Southern Italian food, lasagnas, and spaghetti and meatballs, and of course, our pizzas. All the ingredients come from a family recipe dated back to the early 70s. When you come to Salvatore's Restaurant, we treat you like family. We're not only open for lunch and dinner, but we have full entertainment Saturdays and Sundays, a banquet room to suit any occasion, and if you can't make the banquet room, we have party trays for pickup. For more information, visit us at salvatorerestaurant.com or on our social media websites at Salvatore Restaurant. Buon appetito.
Remember, shop local, shop Montebello.
With open green spaces and over 125 acres of parkland. Montebello's recreation and community services offer endless opportunities, outdoor activities, health and wellness services, exciting events, and fun activities for all ages. Offering 12 scenic parks, 4 community centers, and multiple athletic facilities, recreational resources that enhance daily living and connect residents with their community. Engaging with the public every day, the Department of Recreation and Community Services provides quality programming in athletics, childcare, volunteer opportunities, and senior wellness activities. Recreation leaders strive to provide stellar services while creating memorable experiences for all families, residents, and visitors. Looking for fun and entertainment? Find hidden gems like the Barnyard Zoo, Sanchez Adobe Museum, or the Downtown Farmers Market. Coming soon is a world-class Topgolf entertainment complex. Whether you're spending a sunny day at one of our parks or joining a community event, Recreation and Community Services has something for everyone.
Today, Shop Local, Shop Montebello visited Oeste with Naomi to tell us more about her business.
Hi, I'm Naomi, the founder and owner of Oeste, a home goods company based here in Montebello on Whittier Boulevard. Come check out our offering. We have plenty of cosas bonitas for your casita. Here at Oeste, we specialize in aromatic goodies for your home, as well as other beautiful home decor pieces from Latin American makers and artisans, both throughout the diaspora and locally. We also have beautiful handcrafted ceramics, textiles, plants, incense, soaps, bath goods, and gift sets. We also offer candle making workshops where you can learn to make your own scented candles and take them home that very day. And don't forget, if you can't visit us in person, you can shop online at oeste.co. We've got you covered for all things cosas bonitas for your casita.
Remember, shop local, shop Montebello. Shop Local, Shop Montebello visited Boulevard Market with Barney Santos to tell us more about his business.
Hi, I'm Barney Santos, one of the founders of Boulevard Market. Let's check it out. We got For the Win, one of California's voted top smash burgers in all of California. We've got Cold Pizza. They do wood-fired Neapolitan pizza, absolutely phenomenal. And of course, we have Alchemy Craft. That's a beer and wine craft beer bar that my wife and I own. We have Los Taquero Mucho. They do artisanal Mexican cuisine and tacos. We've got Filipino cuisine called White Rice. They're one of the only Filipino restaurants in all of the east side of Los Angeles. Cafe Santo. People absolutely love their coffee. They do Oaxacan mochas like nobody else. Last but not least, we have Vichos, a Salvadoran cuisine. They've been food trucks for almost a decade, one of the original pioneers of food trucks in Los Angeles, and now they have a home here. Thanks for joining us here at Boulevard Market. Good food, good drinks, and good vibes. We're here off of Whittier in downtown Montebello. Come join us for one of our many events that we have all year round. Plus, hey, if you want to have a holiday party here, this is the perfect location for it. And check out our website, boulevardmarket.com. That's BLVDMRKT. See you later.
Remember, shop local, shop Montebello.
Want to know what's going on in a bustling, growing city like Montebello? Staying connected is more important than ever, and Montebello's e-blast makes it easy with highlights sent to your email inbox every week.
Signing up is quick and simple. Just visit this website link or scan the QR code on your screen and enter your email address. You're all set to receive valuable information about your community, including festivals and holiday events, public announcements, recreational programs information, renovation and development projects, and much more. With our weekly e-blast, you'll never miss out on the top news and information about your neighborhood. Together, we can build a more connected and vibrant community. Montebello's e-blast, your weekly guide to Montebello happenings. Today, Shop Local, Shop Montebello visited Montebello Bicycles with Aldo and Beatrice to tell us more about their business.
Hi, I'm Beatrice.
Hi, I'm Aldo.
We're here at Montebello Bicycles on Beverly in beautiful Montebello, California. We're the only full-service shop in Montebello with over 35 years combined experience. We can help with all your cycling needs. Our goal is to get you back on the bike, enjoy the ride, and do anything from jump on your first bike to do that 100-mile ride. We have a 1 to 2 year warranty on all new bikes, including a complimentary checkup. We're super excited to be part of the Montebello community, especially with the development of the Montebello Bicycle Master Plan. And stay tuned for our Black Friday and holiday sales, where you've enjoyed 10 to 25% off bicycles and accessories. Visit us at montebellobicycles.com and on socials at Montebello Bikes.
Remember, shop local, shop Montebello.
I struggled a lot mentally. I tried to take my life 3 separate times. Thank God I was unsuccessful.
It was just such a big word, bipolar.
Just wanting to live or die, who cares? No hopes, no dream, nothing.
Low confidence has put me through a lot.
Party was over and I was by myself. I felt a sadness and a loneliness.
I was diagnosed with depression when I was in 8th grade.
Trying to seek help with that kind of stuff, people just didn't get it. People just didn't get it.
Mental health was not discussed.
It never occurred to me that you could go somewhere and talk about it. Never. Ever.
One of the biggest stressors that I've had for years was just trying to get help.
Therapy, I think, was one of the biggest things that got me through all of my suicidal ideations and depression and anxiety.
Being alcohol-free for the last year, I'm like really happy to be here, which I didn't feel before.
Therapist is cool, awesome, chill.
Music, exercise, connections with other people.
Maybe whoever is listening right now, like, I hope that you can understand that you're not. We're not.
There's always going to be a moment in your life where you have a choice of turning back or keep going. If you keep going, you can only go.
If they're struggling every day to just be alive, they're not going to tell you that. And so I think the anonymous part is such a huge thing, and also just the ease of getting help through Care Solace.
How much support and hope that we have, because Care Solace was able to help us close the gap. It was so quick, I didn't even see it coming.
Finally having the right people listen. It's such a huge, huge relief.
People to feel their lives are worth something. My life is about helping those people understand that and get them the services that they need so they can turn their lives around.
The Citizen of the Month program celebrates those who embody the spirit of advocacy, volunteerism, education, and contribution. Montebello is filled with extraordinary people who light up our community with compassion. They are unsung heroes who make a difference in the lives of others. We invite you to be a part of the process and nominate someone today. To nominate someone for Citizen of the Month, visit tinyurl.com/citizen nomination or scan this QR code and complete the nomination form. Each month, the nominees are reviewed and selected by the Citizen of the Month Committee and awarded during City Council meetings. Help us acknowledge the remarkable efforts of these quiet champions and give them the recognition they deserve. Nominate someone today, because every act of kindness counts.
Shop local, shop Montebello. Visited Brioche with Vanessa Raygoza to tell us more about her business.
Hi, my name is Vanessa Raygoza, Executive Pastry Chef here at Brioche Pastries. We offer pastries, cakes, and coffee. We take great pride in using artisanal methods and quality graded ingredients. We don't use any emulsifiers, stabilizers, preservatives, thickeners, or dough conditioners. We are sourcing our chocolate from Switzerland, our compounds from France and Italy. Visit us at briochepastries.com. Come get
Shop local, shop Montebello visited Organica Juice Bar with Anna to tell us more about her business.
Hi, welcome to Organica Juice Bar. My name is Anna. I'm the owner and founder of Organica. We are the first organic juice business in Montebello, and we're happy to be here because this is a city I grew up in and I continue to live here, so welcome. We have created a space for wellness and a healthier lifestyle. We make our almond milk in-house every day. As you're thinking about a healthy start to your new year, we specialize in organic, fresh, made-to-order juices, superfood smoothies and bowls, salads, toast, wellness shots, healthy snacks, and detox cleanses. Our wellness classes coming up in the month of December. We also do catering services. We invite you to follow us on our social media, Organica Juice Bar. Please visit us for good vibes, and remember, health is wealth. Thank you.
Shop local, shop Montebello. Shop local, shop Montebello visited Ground Up Coffee with Daniel Dupuy to tell us more about his business.
Hey, what's up? My name is Daniel Dupuy. I'm the owner here at Ground Up Coffee. Born and raised here in Montebello. We're a local business. Let me show you what we do. Ground Up Coffee is the first specialty coffee shop in Montebello. We've been here 8 years now. We buy farm direct coffee in an ethical way. We roast it ourselves here at our coffee shop. We do all types of lattes. We do cold brews. We do drip coffees. We also have growlers for cold brew. We do a couple specialty teas, and we also have resale bags for things that you can brew at home. We're definitely a community-oriented shop. We have great Wi-Fi. We have a lot of outlets for charging your computers. We get a lot of students. We have a community library that over the years has become a really, really dope selection of books, and it's definitely a space people come to relax, get away, or to be inspired. Catch our website at groundupcoffeela.com. So come on down, grab one of those things, and hope you enjoy yourself.
Remember, shop local, shop Montebello.
I am Melanie Walovich. I am the person that takes care of the Montebello Barnyard Zoo. What we're doing is, well, due to the fires, there's a family that reached out to me asking if, there's anything I can do to maybe help the family that lost their home. They have about almost 50 animals, farm animals, and I offered for them to bring them here. Point of doing this is to help the animals so they're all in one place together. They will have love, food, people visiting them all the time until the family can get back on their feet again. And that is my main goal, is to make sure that they're okay and they get the help they need.
Welcome to the city of Montebello. Montebello is adjacent to the San Gabriel Valley in Los Angeles County, approximately 8 miles southeast of downtown Los Angeles. Here you'll find a beautiful suburban community, parks and open space, and diverse dining and shopping experiences among a thriving business district. Settled by the native Tongvan peoples and later developed by missionaries and agriculture, the city reflects its name for beautiful mountain. Montebello's fertile hills are historically known for their natural beauty and breathtaking views. The discovery of oil in the region in the early 1900s gave rise to local industry and increased prosperity of the city. Montebello is now home to nearly 63,000 residents. Located near major freeways, Montebello is an ideal location for businesses to thrive, serving as an important center for the movement of goods, auto sales, and industrial warehousing and manufacturing, offering families, visitors, and businesses an environment in which they can live, work, and play. The public safety of Montebello's residents is looked after by a dedicated police force and fire department. These committed professionals work day and night to protect and serve the health and safety needs of all community members. These departments offer a range of support including community policing, paramedic aid, homeless outreach, and fire prevention and suppression are all important aspects of living in Montebello.
Shop local, shop Montebello visited Chago Tortas Ahogadas with Santiago Chago Laguna to tell us more about his business.
Hi, my name is Santiago Chago Laguna. Welcome to my Tortas Ahogadas Chago. 123 Washington, Montebello, beautiful city. Tenemos tortas ahogadas, que es la especialidad de la casa, Tortas Ahogadas Chago. Y es un virote salado, delicioso, que ya están viendo los hornos, cómo se prepara aquí la torta ahogada. Es exclusivo de Guadalajara, pero ya, bueno, rompimos con ese mito de que en Estados Unidos no hay virote salado, pues lo hicimos. Tortas Ahogadas Chago lo cumplió y lo hizo aquí. Tenemos tacos dorados sabrosos de papa y de frijol, muy sabrosos. Aquí los esperamos para que los prueben. Los invitamos para que vean nuestras redes sociales, chahogadas.com. Y bueno, si tú dices que escuchaste y viste este video, tienes tu 20% de descuento de aquí hasta que termine el año. Así de que te la vas a pasar muy bien. Vengan y prueben aquí a Tortas Ahogadas Chago en la ciudad de Montebello. Los esperamos. Muchas gracias.
Recuerde, compre localmente, compre en Montebello. Montebello Police Department is hiring skilled officers in a supportive community. Visit mpdcareers.com. Montebello Police Department, dedicated to superior service.
The city's rich diversity is reflected in its residential neighborhoods. Montebello offers a mixed variety of living choices, from single-family homes and apartments to townhomes and new housing developments that feature resort-style living and modern design. Senior living and assisted care communities for all income levels are available and offer older adults independent and supportive living options in comfortable, safe, interactive, and friendly environments. Montebello's commercial and business districts offer abundant opportunities for those who need office space or storefronts from which to offer goods and services or to conduct other business. Montebello Unified School District is one of the largest school systems in Los Angeles County, enrolling nearly 30,000 students from kindergarten through 12th grade. Founded in 1909, Montebello High School is one of 5 comprehensive high schools in this school district. Montebello High offers a safe and nurturing learning environment, providing students with intellectual, social, and personal growth. The district has 4 other high schools: the Applied Technology Center, Bell Gardens, Shure, and Vale, as well as 16 elementary schools, 6 intermediate schools, and 4 schools for adult education, all which offer advanced learning opportunities. Opened in 2011, the Applied Technology Center offers select students a specialized learning community combining project-based learning with career-based skill sets in architecture, construction, culinary, engineering, and legal and health services. We're also home to several private religious schools, including St. Benedict Grammar School, Cantwell Sacred Heart of Mary High School, Miraculous Middle School, and other faith-based education options. All of Montebello's schools share a commitment to academic excellence in helping students to achieve their full potential.
Today, Shop Local, Shop Montebello is visiting Angry Horse Brewing with Nathan McCusker to tell us about their business.
I'm Nathan McCusker. Welcome to Angry Horse Brewing here on Whittier Boulevard. Here at Angry Horse Brewing, we build community through craft beer. We make craft beer and seltzer-based cocktails right here in our Montebello facility. We have a ton of events going on through the holiday season here at Angry Horse, from trivia night to comedy night. We also would love to host your holiday gathering, so hit us up if you're interested in hosting your event here at Angry Horse Brewing. During the holidays, we're releasing 2 seasonal beers. We have a cranberry red ale, and we have a peppermint bark pastry stout that we're going to be releasing in December. Join us at Angry Horse. Be one of our regulars. We're open 7 days a week, or you can visit us at angryhorsebrewing.com. At Angry Horse Brewing, where craftsmanship and community unite.
Remember, shop local, shop Montebello.
If you're looking for a safe, reliable, and accessible way to travel across town or the greater Los Angeles area, look no further than Montebello Bus Lines. This is the 3rd largest transit agency in Los Angeles County. Montebello Bus Lines operates 7 local bus routes, a commuter connection service to Metrolink trains, and a dial-a-taxi program. Moving more than 7 million riders annually over the past decade, Montebello Bus Lines supports the local economy by connecting people to jobs, shopping, entertainment venues, medical facilities, and learning institutions in 12 surrounding cities. Whether you're commuting to work or connecting with your friends to shop or eat out, let us do the driving as you sit back and relax on the way to your destination. Speaking of food, there's no lack of restaurants in the Montebello area. From authentic Mexican cuisine to classic Americana, you'll find something for everyone. Montebello offers diners a variety of tasteful eateries, bars, and social hangouts for all ages and appetites. The Shops at Montebello, with its modernized look and feel, strives to provide an optimal shopping experience and a place to come together, offering numerous retail and dining selections for the entire family. Stroll through Macy's, H&M, Forever 21, JCPenney, Coach, plus more than 160 specialty retailers. With room to grow, you're invited to help us continue building Montebello's prosperity, beauty, and rich diversity. In our community, the value of community organizations improve our quality of life by the interests and spirit those organizations uphold. Community organizations provide opportunities for friends and neighbors to give back, get involved, and come together while creating a sense of pride for the city they all share. Contact a community organization today and discover the contribution you can make through your participation and support.
Today, Shop Local, Shop Montebello visited Salvatore Restaurant with Joe to tell us more about his business.
Hello, everybody. My name is Joe from Salvatore's Italian Restaurant. Welcome. At Salvatore's Restaurant, we specialized in authentic Southern Italian food, lasagnas and spaghetti and meatballs, and of course, our pizzas. All the ingredients come from a family recipe dated back to the early 70s. When you come to Salvatore's Restaurant, we treat you like family. We're not only open for lunch and dinner, but we have full entertainment Saturdays and Sundays, a banquet room to suit any occasion, and if you can't make the banquet room, we have party trays for pickup. For more information, visit us at salvatorerestaurant.com or on our social media websites at Salvatore Restaurant. Buon appetito.
Remember, shop local, shop Montebello.
With open green spaces and over 125 acres of parkland, Montebello's recreation and community services offer endless opportunities in outdoor activities, health and wellness services, exciting events, and fun activities for all ages. Offering 12 scenic parks, 4 community centers, and multiple athletic facilities, recreational resources that enhance daily living and connect residents with their community. Engaging with the public every day, the Department of Recreation and Community Services provides quality programming in athletics, childcare, volunteer opportunities, and senior wellness activities. Recreation leaders strive to provide stellar services while creating memorable experiences for all families, residents.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call this meeting back into order. I'll turn it over to our city attorney to provide a report on the closed session items.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council. The record should reflect that the City Council convened into closed session and that prior to recessing into closed session, the 4 items that are listed on the agenda were announced for discussion into closed session. And the following is my report. On items 1 and 2, these are existing litigation matters. The record should reflect that all 4 members were present in closed session. The City Council received a briefing on those workers' compensation cases by special counsel. City Council gave direction to special counsel, but no final action was taken, and therefore there's nothing further to report. Item number 3, public employee dismissal, discipline, and release. One matter was discussed with all 4 members of the City Council. There was no action taken on that matter, and there is nothing required to be reported. Moving on to item 4, which was conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation as listed on the agenda. The record should reflect that Councilmember Alonso stepped aside from being present in closed session. That one matter was discussed with 3 remaining members of the City Council. A briefing was provided by the City Attorney's Office, but there was no action taken and nothing further to be reported. Mr. Mayor, that concludes my report from closed session. It's appropriate to continue with the open portion of the meeting.
Thank you for the report. At this time, if I can please have our city clerk do the invocation, and I'll have our city treasurer do the Pledge of Allegiance. If you can please rise.
As we gather here today, let us take a moment to reflect on the importance of our shared purpose and the collective efforts that bring us together. Let us embrace the diversity of perspectives and backgrounds in this room, recognizing that it enriches our discussions and strengthens our bonds. May we approach our tasks with open minds, kindness, and a commitment to understanding. Let us strive for excellence in all our endeavors, knowing that we can achieve our goals through collaboration and cooperation. As we begin this meeting, let us be mindful of the impact of our words and actions on others. Let us listen with empathy, speak with clarity, and work with integrity. May this meeting be productive, inclusive, and respectful, honoring the contributions of each individual present. Let us move forward with purpose and determination, inspired by the potential of what we can accomplish together. We ask this in thy name. Amen.
Thank you both to our city clerk and our city treasurer. At this time, I'll turn over to city manager. Do we have any corrections to the agenda?
Mayor, council members, no correction at this time.
Thank you. We'll move forward with the ceremonial items and
Yeah, Mayor, council members, we're adding a presentation for the city's treasury report. The presentation will be here LA on the Montebello crosswalk design.
okay, thank you for that. We'll move on to the ceremonial items portion of the agenda, and we'll begin with the Citizen of the Month. If I can please have my colleagues join me in the front. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. We'll be presenting the Citizen of the Month. If I can please have Marte Sanchez come up and join me over here. Give him a round of applause. You can say it. At first, I thought it was Minnesota Timberwolves and the Golden State. Let me read a little bit about Marty Sanchez. We are honored here to recognize an individual whose dedication to our community is shaping the future of our young athletes and instilling values of teamwork, perseverance, and sportsmanship. For the past 15 years, Marty Sanchez has called Montebello home, living just a block from Kathy Hensel Youth Center, where his coaching journey began. Since then, his impact on Montebello's youth sports community has been extraordinary. Currently, Marte is coaching the 6-year-old Division D basketball team at Montebello Parks and Recreation, as well as leading the Montebello Golden State Tiny Division for 7, 8, and 9-year-olds, who under his guidance are heading into the playoffs in first place. Yeah, let's give him a round of applause for that. He also sits with a Pee Wee Division team for 9 and 10-year-olds, where his sons have started their coaching journey. Beyond basketball, Marty also coaches 2 baseball teams with the Montebello Baseball Association. Where do you have all this time? Guiding young athletes in both the Shetland and Mustang divisions. His Shetland team, which he has coached since their first year of T-ball, has only lost 1 game in 3 seasons. A testament to the dedication, discipline, and teamwork he inspires in his players. For Marty, coaching isn't just about winning games, it's about building confidence, fostering personal growth, and creating positive core memories for every child who steps onto the court or the field. His greatest pride comes not from trophies, but from the moments that might go unnoticed by others. When a child scores their first basket, makes their first touchdown, or discovers a new level of confidence in themselves. His deep commitment extends beyond practice and games. He ensures that his teams bond through special activities, strengthening their skills and their sense of family. The impact of his coaching lasts well beyond the season. Former players continue to invite him to dance, recitals, and award ceremonies, and even introduce him as coach to their new teams, new coaches, and even their families. To so many in Montebello, Marty Sanchez is a mentor, a role model, and a lifelong supporter of the young athletes he has guided over the years. His dedication to our community and the future of our youth is truly inspiring. Please, let's give a round of applause and recognize Marty Sanchez as Montebello's Fairbury 2025 Citizen of the Month. And I'll turn it over to you to say a few words.
Hi. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you, City of Montebello, for the award. I want to say thank you for the opportunity and let me coach the kids. I want to say thank you to the Parks and Rec. Thank you to the Montebello Golden State and Montebello Baseball Association for let me coach too. I would say thank you to my family, my friends, my kids. They're my kids around, the players. We're all like a family. They're all you guys are like a family to me, all of you. And I would say I would not be here if it wasn't for my wife. She's the one that's like, oh, let's go. She should get it, not me. She should get it. Yeah, well, go Timberwolves and let's go Bucks. There you go. Thank you.
Mr. Fashion, thank you, Coach. We'd love to invite some of your family and friends to take a picture with us. And also, let's see how many, yeah, everybody comes up here. Let's go.
They're in practices, so they're playing right now.
Let's get a picture with everybody.
Right now, should up you over there. They have games, practices.
All right, let's take a picture with Coach.
Let's go, guys.
All right, we'll move on to a couple of proclamations that we have. The first proclamation is for Black History Month. This month, the City of Montebello, we are a nation as a whole, recognize and honor, as a nation as a whole, we recognize and honor as Black History Month. Black history celebrates the enormous achievements, contributions, and history of the African American community and people of African descent. Over the course of this month, we are provided an opportunity to honor the struggles and triumphs of African Americans and recognize their cultural heritage and promote awareness of their significant impact on society. Through events, programs, and educational initiatives, Black History Month aims to foster understanding, inclusivity, and appreciation of African American history and culture. The City of Montebello appreciates and is excited to acknowledge, celebrate, and share the rich contributions, lessons, and learnings that Black History Month has to offer all of us. I am proud that the City of Montebello continues to support and encourage awareness of the role and importance Black history has and continues to play in our society. I don't know if we also have an event coming up to honor, I don't know if our Director Sosnowski, there. Yeah, if you can just talk about that before, yeah.
Sure. Thank you, Mayor, members of the council, members of the public. We just want to invite the community out. You'll see some advertisement that already went out on social media, but next Friday, February 21st at the Senior Citizen Center at 5:30, the city will be hosting its second annual Black History Month event. We'll be showing the movie Soul, which is a appropriate themed movie and good for all ages and all families. Free food for the first 100 or so folks that arrive, but again, this is our second annual celebration of Black History Month. We want to invite all the community out next Friday, February 21st at the Senior Citizen Center at 5:30. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Stonsky. And I know we've had some flyers go out on social media to promote that on all of our social media pages. I also we also have a proclamation for American Heart Month. February is also nationally designated American Heart Month. For more than 60 years, this designation has been recognized and is also the month our nation brings awareness to the threat of heart disease. During American Heart Month, the American Heart Association and other health organizations work to reinforce and increase the public's awareness of heart health. There's still a need for more research and to increase how people can live longer and healthier. Adverse health problems related to heart disease remain the #1 cause of death for all Americans, especially among women, who often don't get treated soon enough or let their symptoms go too long without treatment. Nearly half of all American adults have at least one major risk factor for cardiovascular disease. From heart attacks and strokes to high blood pressure, the threat of cardiovascular disease touches almost every family in our nation. I ask my colleagues to join me in reminding everyone that keeping healthy is our greatest asset. If we don't have our health, we don't have anything. Let this month serve as a reminder and call to action to take care of ourselves, get a checkup, and make better, healthier choices. Okay, we'll move on to the city's treasurer's report. Do we have our city treasurer, Matanga?
Okay. Oh, can't leave a better. Oops. All right. Oh, okay, great. All righty. See. How do I just? Okay. Okay, here's the report. We got here cash by major account compared at 2 points in time. Illustrated cash flow during the year. If you look at the bottom caption, it says cash by major account varies during the year based on revenue received, property tax, sales tax, etc., and expenses in that month. The top table shows general accounts. If you go to the right, you'll see December 2023. You have an amount of $100,406,644. You go to the next year, December 2024, you have $77,083,629. You go to the next column, you have variance to the same quarter prior year. The difference is $23,323,015. Then you go to the bottom of the tables for a successor agency account. December 2023, we have 17,533,756. Go to the next column, December 24th. You have $5,410,010 and 184. Variance to the same quarter, next column is $12,123,572. You go to the next column, other cash accounts. December 2023, $1,172,620. December 2024, you have $1,002,640. Variance, the next column, variance to the quarter prior year, you have $169,979. So you can see in the bottom, you have the totals of each column for each year. And of course, you see the total of the difference is $35,616,567. Okay, we need to go to the next, there we go. All right, monthly state treasury balance, general account, 7-year trend. You can see to the right, it has in the millions, and then the bottom it has the month. You see the arrow, healthy cash balance with the state treasurer investment account between 33 million and 48 million. Next slide, please. A necessary and reasonable liquidity. Sufficient liquidity to meet our demands for 6 months. City cash position remains strong. Okay, and that is our report. Thank you very much.
Thank you, City Treasurer. Thank you, City Treasurer. I'll look around to see if any of my colleagues have any questions, comments. Oh, okay, thank you for the report. We'll move on to, there is a walk-on presentation. Yeah, let's move on to.
Okay. Good evening, council members. I'm Amber Hawks, co-director of HERE, and I'm here with my colleague Shannon Davis, also co-director of HERE. And we are an urban design consulting firm assisting the city along with KOA Corporation for the Whittier Boulevard and 6th Street Artful Crosswalk project. So we're pleased to tell you a bit about some progress that we've made on this project. Next slide, please. Okay. All right, so this project, for those of you who are not familiar with it, will be installing some safety improvements at Whittier Boulevard and 6th Street. And along with those safety improvements, will hopefully becoming a creative, art-filled crosswalk. As I'm sure many of you know, there is a scramble crosswalk planned at this location, which means that people can cross in all directions. And so we are tasked with talking to the community to understand priorities, inspiration for design. We have created a conceptual design for this location. We held a pop-up event in September in front of Boulevard Market at the location. You see some pictures of it there where we interacted with community members walking by, asking them for inspiration. The question we asked was, what is one word that encapsulates downtown or the city of Montebello for you? We had talked to about 75 people. We got 62 distinct responses to this question, and we use it as inspiration for our design that we came up with. You can see some of the trends of what we heard there in red at the bottom: community and connections, home and local identity, cultural diversity, heritage, fun, vibrant, welcoming spirit. And the little text in the green circles are actual words that people wrote down, okay? And then we also held an online survey. We got 35 responses to that. And we heard some similar themes. So we asked the same thing: what's one word that encapsulates downtown to you? What do you love about downtown? Share a memorable story that happened here. And you can see some of the trends along the bottom, but we heard very similar things. People excited to celebrate togetherness, family, community, vibrancy, aesthetics, the beauty, the peace, diversity, multiculturalism, the small town vibe. And so with that, we are pleased to show you the designs that we've generated based on this input. We have generated a couple of different concepts, including some different color variations. And we are looking now to refine those down to a preferred concept so that we can get those designs ready for installation in hopefully the summer, we're thinking, or thereabouts.
Okay, so we have two concepts, and we have additional, as Amber mentioned, additional kind of variations on the theme when it comes to color choice and selection. This first concept we're calling Embrace Montebello. The inspiration that was taken from the community conversations were about celebrating diversity and unity, the welcoming and friendly kind of city vibe that we heard throughout those conversations. And so this takes this scramble crosswalks, which we're looking at in plan view as a kind of an X design, and transforming it to 4 people who are collectively kind of holding hands. And in the center, the hands come together and join together, highlighting, connectivity and diversity. This color palette for this first concept is also representative of the request that we heard about the vibrancy of downtown Montebello and celebrating that in this specific location. And so we've taken these colors as part of this concept and presented it here. We have a couple of other variations on this particular design. So on this second slide, you're seeing a bit of a change of the colors. We started to fold in some of the City of Montebello colors as inspiration here. So still playing with that kind of pop color of red and bright yellow, but also folding in some of the colors from the city logo as well. And then we have the third kind of variation on this first design concept, folding in, again, kind of more purposefully the colors from the city logo. And you'll see those marching along the bottom there. But again, variations on a theme. I should say that as we continue the design phase, some of these colors are subject to change and conversation. So we are taking in input as well as we finalize some of these concepts. So that was the first concept. The second concept is Montebello in Bloom. So this is celebrating the city flower, which is the Heart's Desire Rose, and also taking the inspiration from the community where we heard that the city identity and city pride was very important. So in this concept, you see that identity being spelled out literally in the design. So it says, "We are Montebello," and then at the center, you kind of come to this blossoming flower in the middle, taking kind of a cutout design and look. We're using colors that are evocative of nature and beauty and flowers in this particular concept. And then in the second design, again, we're folding in colors from the city logo and from inspiration from the city itself. So again, variations on a theme here. So we have these two concepts, and on this last page, you're seeing all of them together. And so we are, again, in the design phases and working on reviewing these and finalizing these, and wanted to present them here for you tonight to view and to provide feedback.
Thank you for the presentation. Great seeing you both again. I know that we've had some meetings along with my colleague, Councilor Peralta. I will see if my colleagues, I'll go around to see if anybody has any questions, comments, feedback. But before I do though, we are going to put this, are we going to put this like on our website or social media to kind of get some input? Yeah?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
We were planning to. Yes.
So the plan after my colleagues providing input and kind of hearing some of the options is that we're also going to put it up on our city website and social media. So also the community, we can get some feedback on this. And I appreciate too the different color palettes that have been offered here. So I'll go around to see, do my colleagues have, Councilor?
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us this evening and all the work that you've done in terms of engaging our community to not only get a feel for what Montebello is and also just incorporating that into the artistic components that you've presented us here today. I just want to highlight how important this scramble crosswalk slash signal light is going to be in this part of Montebello, which is our downtown area. Right across from Angry Horse as well as Boulevard Market. As we all know, that is an extremely dangerous intersection. There's currently no signal light. We have a lot of our residents that jump, pedestrians and business owners that jump between that crosswalk every day, whether it's attending our night markets or just enjoying a night out in our downtown area. And so finally being able to get this signal light and then also incorporating the scramble crosswalk and artistic design, I think is not only going to bring vibrancy, but that much needed safety within this part of Montebello. So very excited to finally see this come to fruition. It's been a lot of conversation. It's been a lot of work, behind the scenes work to get to this place. And so just understanding what that timeline would look like in terms of this coming into play, as well as, I don't know separately, the signal light, if that's something you guys are in charge of, but if you could provide us maybe more of that timeline and what to look forward to.
Caesar, would you like to jump in on the timeline?
Yes, thank you. Councilmember, I'll gladly answer that. So the traffic signal is pretty much at 95%, almost 100% design. The last kind of phase of this is getting the community's input and pretty much having community, select which one they would rather go with. Then once we have that, then the final design will be completed. Then we'll come back to City Council with a notice of inviting bids to solicit proposals from the various contractors that do this. Again, traffic signal poles, fabrication of poles, it's taking 24 weeks or so to do, but in the meantime, it should be done by the end of this year.
Thank you. Do any of my other colleagues have any questions, comments?
I have one comment. So thank you for these conceptual designs. I would like to keep it at the community level. I know before we had put it out to a vote for the community. We had for them to select, so that we did it before with the process of our what was it, the Chat GPT, and we put it out as a survey for the community to select. So I would like to keep it at the community level so we can present them with the options and then have a vote by the community, or via a survey or something else for them to select the design instead of bringing it to council.
Thank you for your comments. Does anybody else have any questions, comments?
No questions, but these designs are great. Thank you so much for your work. I really like the two bottom ones, especially because it encapsulates, I think, the essence of the city. I don't know if you're familiar with this, you probably researched this stuff, but the South had a lot of flower fields historically. So this, I really enjoy this bottom two, is what I'd like to say. So thank you so much for your work. Appreciate that.
Thank you for your comments. Once again, thank you for the presentation. And thank you for joining us today here at the council meeting. This is going to be open for public input, public feedback. Please, everyone, once you see it, provide us some feedback so we can make a decision on what design to put in this street. So thank you again.
Thank you.
Okay, that concludes all of our presentations. We'll move on to public comments. I'll turn it over to our city attorney.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council. At this time is the time for public comments on non-agenda items. And at this time, anyone who wishes to address the City Council should have turned in a speaker card to the City Clerk. And we will have 30 minutes for the first portion of the public comment period. And anyone whose card is not called during that first 30 minutes will be carried over to the end of the agenda. Mr. City Clerk, do we have any public comment cards on non-agenda items?
Yes, we do.
Okay, and I should note the time is now 7:40.
First speaker is Louis Lozano, followed by Rosa Tamayo.
or make comments on anything. I'm not one of the ones you see here frequently, so I hope that you please, and I ask that you please listen to what I have to say and share here. I'm a resident here of Montebello for the past 24 years, my wife and I, my family. And I have some very troubling and seriously concerns and subjects related to Raul Alvarez, our city manager, that will cost our city millions of dollars, if not or more. I want you all to keep in mind that he came from Huntington Park, HP. I'll refer to it as HP from now on. So the unjustified firing of Chief Espinosa, my wife and I speak to several of the officers whenever we can, wherever we see them, stop and talk. And so morale has always been high when talking to them. But now officers are tired and worried of what Raul is doing to the department. Violent crime was not apparent to me or my family or our community. I didn't see it. So to say that violent crime is on the rise or finding a reason to fire him is, I don't know where that came from. It's just very demoralizing. He is truly a community leader. He's compassionate, caring, involved. He listened, and he was reactive. When my wife said something that was an issue in our community, we had some people doing donuts. Guess what? The next day, we had officers there patrolling or assuring that that was stopped or not a case anymore. He hired several officers under him. Some left the LAPD where they had higher salaries in here. They also had a better promotional opportunity than here to promote to sergeant, lieutenant, commander, captain. But no, they followed him and Chief Cabrera. And I'll get to Chief Cabrera in a little bit. They followed him here because of his leadership skills. To get rid of him and bring someone from Huntington Park or HP, which is where Raul came from, is very questionable. Fire chief, if HP had a fire department, I would be worried for my job, sir, because he would bring one of his cronies over from HP. The official police garage matter, OPG, and I'll refer to it as OPG from now on, awarding the OPG contract to a vendor outside of Montebello is very questionable. I understand there's a yard in HP where this tow company that we have a contract with now is going to store vehicles in HP. Very questionable. This is a very lucrative contract and it carries the potential for illicit activities such as kickbacks. What does that mean?
Was there still time there or 30 seconds?
So the PD was not included in the selection process. Our officers will be waiting for tow trucks for long periods of time. Your monitors here say shop local, keep our taxes local. What do? We give this contract to an outside vendor, not a Montebello company. What is up with that? The illegal appointment of Ricardo Alonso to District 5. There's new litigation from our community here regarding a yes man and that smells of personal interest for some specific individuals here in Montebello. There's a video of a candidate being dissuaded from running in this election. It's on video. It's on YouTube. He's saying it. It's unbelievable. Chief Cabrera, where is he at? Is he being fired next? I'm concerned.
Thank you for your comments. We can please have the next speaker.
Next speaker is Rosa Tamayo, followed by Tila Gregorian.
Buenas noches a Mayor Meléndez y miembros del concilio. En noviembre 13 del 2024, en el número 24 y 22, ustedes aprobaron cannabis en el sur de Montebello. Quiero decirles que no hay lugar para el negocio de cannabis en el sur de Montebello. Ya tienen un warehouse. Ahora mismo es contra la ley que ustedes pongan un negocio de cannabis en el sur de Montebello. Y yo se los he dicho desde hace un año y 3 años para atrás. No es posible traer más delincuencia, más crimen, porque el sur de Montebello es una comunidad que no necesita, ni la ciudad de Montebello necesita el negocio de cannabis. Por favor, tomen en cuenta que se puede alzar las familias del sur de Montebello y van a tener un chasco ustedes, porque esos negocios irregulares no funcionan y tienen más problemas. Y también no tenemos suficientes oficiales de la policía para tanto crimen. También necesitamos al Chief Espinosa de regreso. Es un buen líder, es una persona íntegra que sabe cómo hacer su trabajo. Y pues, por favor, tomen en cuenta porque lo necesitamos. Que tengan sus necesidades de intereses personales, ese es problema de ustedes, pero no es el problema de nosotros, la comunidad. Nosotros necesitamos una persona como el Chief Espinosa y nuestros oficiales de policía que nos cuidan, nos protegen y nos tienen seguros. Muchas gracias.
Gracias por su comentario. If we can please have the next speaker.
Next speaker is Tila Gregorian, followed by Ana Jurado.
My name is Sheila Gregorian, resident of Montebello for many, many years. Funny that I was going to speak about the same issue that Ms. Tamayo just spoke about. My concern is our police chief. We brought him to Montebello from Los Angeles. Very, very experienced police chief. But yet, city council was trying to tell him how to do his job. I mean, what gives you that right to tell somebody else how to do their job? He was very, very experienced. Does he really need you to tell him how to do his job? And why did you bring him here in the first place if you didn't think he was capable of doing the job? If he worked in Los Angeles, Montebello is just a piece of pie. He was very experienced, and I just resent that in our city of Montebello that we can be so nasty to our officials. Let them do their job the way that they seem to want to do it. I really doubt that any of you can tell him what is the best way to do his job. And if any of you think that you can do better, stand up and identify yourself right now, today. See if you really think that you can. You hired him to do a job. Please allow him to do it. He was doing fine, but I mean, we just put a lot of our officials in such stressful situations, and there is no need for that. I think it's time that our city cleans up their act and start treating people like people, human beings, and not just like trash that we hired you, but now we don't like you, so we're going to make it difficult for you. Who are, of any of you, could have done a better job than he was doing? Any of you have the experience that he has? And yet, this man has done the best that he could, and he's been absent for a while, and I wonder why. I'd be absent for much longer time if I was in his position. We need to start treating our officials with respect and dignity, all of us, and especially the council. Do not tell someone how to do their job because you don't even know how to do your own job. So what makes you think you can tell them how to do their job?
Thank you for your comment. If we can please have the next speaker.
Next speaker is Ana Jurado, followed by Raul Hurtado.
Good evening, Mayor Melendez and Council. I have an article here, okay? It's dated March 2022, Montebello Reporter. Montebello appoints Paul Espinoza as the new police chief. Oops, my glasses. Montebello City Manager Rene Bobadilla today announced the appointment of Paul Espinoza to the full-time position of Chief of Police of Montebello Police Department. Chief Espinoza was selected following an extensive search and recruitment effort. Paul Espinoza officially assumed his new position April 11, 2022. We're very excited and pleased that Paul has agreed to join and help lead our police force into the future, said Mr. Bobadilla. His intensive and distinguished career with the Los Angeles Police Department and deep experience in many aspects of modern policing will provide immediate value to our city and our residents. Chief Espinoza has served 28 years or more by now with the LAPD to bring a wealth of knowledge and insight, having operating among 11 different LAPD stations within many of their specialized divisions, including training, community policing, gang impact, and narcotics enforcement. Chief Espinoza looking forward to working with Montebello's resident community and officers to help improve the safety and quality of the life of the city of all residents. I am honored to accept this important and vital position serving Montebello, said Chief Espinoza. I look forward to working with each and every member of the police department, city council, city leaders, and ensure we have a meaningful way to enhance policing and public safety. I want to work with all stakeholders to create a culture of protection and service that focuses on improving the quality of life here in Montebello. Chief Espinoza also has the family, faith, public service, and fitness are his priorities in life. He's an active member of several external law enforcement groups, including Latin America, Asian, and Pacific Islanders of the Law Association. Now I ask you, who back there has had any law enforcement training? Who? Any of yous? And Mr. City Manager, this happened when you weren't even here, you and Georgina. You weren't even here, but yet you're already wanting to do what you're doing to Paul Espinoza? Do you know him? Do you know anything? Mr. City Manager, I can't see your face. You're hiding behind your computer. Do you know him? And yet you're coming from Huntington Park. You know, I worked in South Central where where Paul Espinoza worked. I know. I worked at the post office right in the middle of it. And USS Iowa on Memorial Day, I went to the police department. Everybody spoke very well of Paul Espinoza.
Thank you for your comment.
Everybody did.
Thank you for your comment. If we can please have the next speaker.
Next speaker is Raul Hurtado, followed by Margie Duarte.
I come over, first of all, Honorable Mayor, thank you. I come here once again to repeat myself. I never cared for the previous city manager, but the one good thing he did, I will say it again, he hired Paul Espinoza. Now, during this time that he was city manager, I used to say to myself, smile, things could be worse. So I smiled, and sure enough, things got worse. We got the city manager we have now. I can't believe that he writes in a message from the city manager, Raul. He praises the police department, which was under Paul Espinoza, 2 times. He praises them. And then he comes out and fires him with the word in his letter, incompatible. I dare to ask the city manager, has he ever thought that maybe it's him that's incompatible? I would like to really say that I think that Angie Jimenez was right about him all the time. I try to give him a chance, and it goes nowhere. He's under the guidance of his godmother over there on Los Angeles Street. Just like the rest of you are. You too, the new one. Another puppet. Another puppet. Angie was right. I don't know. It really makes me mad. And it just makes me wonder, in Huntington Park, under what rock and how far did you have to dig to find that? The things are getting worse in Montebello. I'm just wondering, when are we going to hit the bottom? Mr. City Manager, I strongly suggest you resign.
Thank you for your comment. If we can please have the next speaker.
Next speaker is Margie Duarte, followed by Linda Nicholas.
Good evening, Mayor. I am very honored to come and speak for the Chief of Police. I would like to ask the City Manager or anyone up there on the dais, have any of you attended a police academy? Please raise your hands. What about you, City Manager? Have you? I have. Okay? I have. I retired as a sheriff deputy. I have until you put a uniform and a badge to defend your community, putting your life on the line. You do not have the right to malign the good name and reputation of Chief Espinoza. You have demoralized our police department by firing a very qualified chief with over 30 years experience in law enforcement. I only had 29 in the sheriff department. You guys should have honored him and respected him and the department. We support all our city public safety employees, both in the police and the fire department. We are hearing rumors that you, Raul, have plans to bring captains from the Huntington Park Police Department to take positions away from our officers currently serving our community. As a retired deputy sheriff, I served 29 years wearing the badge and serving to protect law and order to keep people safe. Those in law enforcement know the police officers from Huntington Park are the rejects fired from other police departments. The worst, and that is what you want to bring here? Okay? Many years ago, the cities of Maywood Bell shared a police department with corrupt cops. The feds came in and disbanded the police department, and the Los Angeles County sheriffs took over protecting those cities. I was a deputy sheriff at that time when that occurred. And you want that to happen here? You want to bring HP over here? How dare you? You, Raul Alvarez, a.k.a. Resendez, state Chief Espinoza of malfeasance and are arbitrarily accusing an outstanding officer of the law. How dare you change the chief or charge the chief who has 30 years in law enforcement experience? Mr. Alvarez, who appointed you judge and jury? Where is your evidence? Where is your evidence? The residents have the right to know. The chief has a right to due process of law, and you are not the king of this city.
Thank you for your comment. If we can please have the next speaker.
Next speaker is Kimberly Cobos-Cawthorn, followed by Edward Franco.
If we can please just hold on to the applauses, we are disturbing some of the speakers that are trying to get their message out there. So if we can please refrain from shouting, screaming, and also clapping. Thank you.
Good evening, Council. Mayor Melendez, very good to see you in that seat. I am Kimberly Cobos-Cawthorn, speaking in my very personal capacity. What is a quorum? Well, according to Attorney General Harris, not in 1939, well, she thinks it's unambiguous that a quorum is 3 or is not reduced by any vacancy. Ruled that a council may not define a quorum as less than a majority designated members. The majority of 3 is not reduced by vacancies or absences. But on January 29th, 2025, only 2 members attended the meeting. Therefore, the council was incoherent and incapable of acting. I was asked to read a letter from Mr. Scott Rafferty. I represent the voters registered in your city, including electors in District 5, who intend to enforce their right to elect a successor in a special election. I do not, as the city attorney has suggested in the attached email, is represented by any incumbent council member. So, on January 29th, the city attorney said that I had reached out to Stromwasser Wuscher law firm, which advised that 2 members satisfied a quorum. Therefore, I addressed my initial communication to that firm, which responded that the city did not retain them. Hi, Scott. We have not retained by the city and these purposes, nor have been authorized to communicate with anybody about this issue on behalf of the city. I have forwarded your email to the city attorney, Alvarez Gassman. Best regards, Dale. That's Dale Larson. And I could read this because I'm on the email. So, a special election can be, what, $5 a ballot, maybe $26,000? Unlike a $700,000 dog park, instead of being spent on public safety, which could be in, is it your district? If they're gonna claim you, for our police department, public safety. And maybe you can even have 2 seats, because now we have David's out. But then again, are you guys going to designate that to his daddy? Who knows? You guys are capable of anything. If you have any questions, please contact my attorney for negotiations or questions. And if you can please enter this into record, Mr. City Clerk. Thank you. Have a great night.
Thank you for your comment. If we can please have the next speaker.
Next speaker is Edward Franco, followed by Bill Poliso.
Well, I guess I'm here again. Again, I appreciate the opportunity to practice my First Amendment tonight. With that said, it looks like the City Council for District, well, the City Council regarding District 5, as I figured, decided to do whatever they wanted to do anyways, which was appoint somebody there with only 2 votes. As we heard, I don't know if that was the right thing to do, but again, you guys did what you wanted to do. The police chief, again, another item, you decided to do what you wanted to do. You fired him. As we hear from everybody here, everybody liked him. Everybody thought he was a good person, a good police chief, and was doing the right thing. With that said, I also understand that you guys also decided to put the president of the POA on leave pending investigation. Wow. I wonder why. That's not me. That's what a lot of people think. So a lot of people are starting to think a lot of things. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm getting tired of you, the city manager, and the city council putting the city in danger of more lawsuits. We've already heard about one. I'm sure there's another one coming through. I guess it doesn't matter to you guys though, because it's not your money. I can only guess with the finance report that we just saw that said that we're from last December 23 to December 24, we're at a negative 35,616,567. Where did that money go? I don't know. I'm not going to put any words in anybody's mouth, but it's just a question. Please let me remind you that you guys work for us, the citizens of Montebello. Or do you? Who do you work for? Is it someone else? Why do I ask this? Again, the council appointment that can lead to a lawsuit, money. The police chief that can lead to another lawsuit. The towing service contract. People, along with residents, have to go to Huntington Park or Southgate to get their cars. And I'm hearing the fees are double. Wow. Why is that? And where is that money going? So again,
Thank you for your comment.
who do you work for?
If we can please have the next speaker.
Next speaker is Bill Poliso, followed by Linda Nicholas.
Before the next speaker begins, Mr. Mayor, I do want to remind the mayor and the members of the city council that the conduct of the audience can engage in disruptive conduct that is prohibited under the provisions of the Government Code and the Brown Act. That screaming or yelling out from your seat and applauding and all of that is not proper decorum in a council meeting such as this. Now, it's up to the council's pleasure as to how that gets handled, but I do want... Ma'am, you are out of order. I'm speaking. Sir, you're out of order.
If we
So,
can
Mr.
please...
Mayor, I would remind the council to please enforce the decorum requirements of this meeting.
Thank you, City Attorney. Again, if I can please remind the audience to please hold your applauses. Any shouting out there, we're conducting a professional meeting, and there's speakers that need to get through their comments and voice their concerns or issues. So if we can please hold on to any of the yelling or side conversations and continue the public speaking portion of it. You may continue. Thank you.
For anyone who's not familiar with me, my name is Bill Poliso. I live in South Montebello. I would like to take issue with a comment made by Councilwoman Scarlett Peralta in her comments at the last special council meeting, or what the citizens of District 5 are calling a good old-fashioned dog and pony show. Ms. Peralta stated that Rick Alonso was the best candidate to represent District 5 because he was fluent in Spanish. I read through all the information posted by the City of Montebello regarding qualifications, eligibility, mandatory requirements needed to be considered to fill the District 5 vacancy. Nowhere in any of that information does it say an applicant must be fluent in Spanish. Maybe our city attorney, Mr. Glassman, can show me where that requirement is stated. Yes, it was used as the deciding factor in awarding the vacant seat to Mr. Rick Alonso. To recap last week's meeting, for those of you who are not here, Mr. Rick Alonso was generously gifted the vacant seat to represent the citizens of District 5 by only 2 sitting council members who attended the meeting, Scarlett Peralta and Ms. Georgina Tamayo. The bylaws state a vote cannot be taken without a quorum of seated members. With 2 open positions, 3 members had to be present for the vote to take place. Mr. Melendez was not able to attend the meeting, so the vote should have been postponed. But that's not what happened. City Attorney Arnold Glassman was prepared, citing some old legal opinion that 2 members can be legally a quorum. The vote was taken. Mr. Alonso was awarded the seat. Does anybody think that something smells fishy here? Let me tell you, it gets worse. What does it say about a councilwoman, Scarlett Peralta, when her campaign manager, disgraced ex-city council member Cristina Cortez, comes to my house, tells me to step aside so Rick Alonso can be appointed? Scarlett's campaign manager has a plan for District 5 and knows how to build a team. Guess who's part of that team? Ms. Scarlett Peralta. Then Ms. Peralta's campaign manager tells me that I don't have the votes needed to secure the appointment. All those comments from your campaign manager have come true. Last week, Ms. Peralta gave an impassioned speech about how we need to come together, move forward in making backroom deals with your campaign manager interest in mind, predetermining who is going to be the appointed representative for District 5. Is that the way of coming together and earning the trust of the voters? Lastly, let me address another issue in the city manager, Raul Alvarez. Mr. Alvarez was recruited to this position by no other Then Scarlett Peralta's campaign manager, Christina Cortez. Mr. Alvarez was brought to Montebello from Huntington Park by Ms. Cortez to fill out her team.
Thank you for your comment. If we can please have the next speaker.
Next speaker is Linda Nicholas, followed by Rosemary Vasquez.
Good evening. My name is Linda Nicholas, co-founder of Match 90640. Did I just hear correctly? The city attorney, Arnold Glassman, lied during the last special meeting and gave illegal direction to Tamayo and Peralta that they could appoint Alonso, knowing full well that 2 council members did not constitute a quorum? That's what I heard. It was illegal. So can someone explain to me, us the residents, why Alonso's sitting up there on the dais now? We demand he step down immediately and resign, as his appointment was illegal. That vote should not have been taken. I'm a former client of Strauss, Wasser, and Wuscher. They are a very prestigious law firm, and they would never agree to go along with Glassman breaking the law. I verified that one. Mr. Glassman, shame on you for not doing your duty to serve the community that you have a contract with and give legal counsel to the city you are contracted to and protect. You make over $1 million a year from the city, Mr. Glassman, for a lot of years. Your job is to protect the city, not be illegal. And you can laugh all you want, because your days are numbered too. Can you explain to me why Chief Espinoza was on the agenda for closed session? That should not have been posted for closed session item. I direct this to you, Raul. How dare you use lies to fire our Chief Espinoza? He's a man of integrity and experience of over 30 years, as you keep hearing over and over. You do not have the qualifications to be the city manager. And your little ego thinks you can direct the police department? That's ridiculous. You, along with your incompetent directors, need to be gone. And God willing, you will be very soon. And once you are out, you will never get any type of city management position again. I can guarantee you that. And as far as, since I have time, not clapping, not yelling, Peralta, when she was the mayor, allowed that to happen when the Palestinians were here. And they were whooping and hollering all over. She gave up that right, because if she's going to shut us up now, that's discriminating against us, because she allowed them to run up and down with the Palestinian flag, yelling ready. Not once did Arnold Glassman say, this is a business meeting. Not once did Raul say, you have to do that. No, she allowed it. She even took a break and took pictures outside. So do not try to infringe on our benefits. As American citizens, we have our rights.
Thank you for your comment. We are at the 30-minute mark, but we do have, how many more speakers? We do have 5 more speakers. If my colleagues are okay with it, we'll continue to just allow the 5 speakers that are remaining to continue. Is there any opposition? No? Okay, call the next speaker.
Next speaker is Rosemary Vasquez, followed by Vivian Fredrickson.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and Council. It's been a long time since I've been here, but this is too important for our community. As a member of this community for 50-some years, this is the worst that I've ever seen it. In this respect, firing the chief of police? You gotta be kidding. There is something wrong, Mr. Alvarez, with your experience that you say you have. The chief of police, I want you to know, okay, that day one, I asked for something from him, which was to come to the community meeting of 40-some people. And guess what he said? I'll be happy to. First day, and you fired a guy like that? What is the matter with you? You do not do that to people of 30 years in his service. Why you do that? You can change that. I come to ask you to please rescind your asking him to leave. We, the community, are the important ones. He listened to us. He was at the meetings. He connected with our community. I've been here, like I tell you, 50 years. We've had 2 Hispanic Americans, okay, chiefs in this city, 100 years. And you have the guts to fire him? And I don't think that you even know why you fired him. Because he's an excellent man, integrity, committed. He loves his job. And you know what else I have to tell you? I have asked not only a mayor, but others to fund the police department the way it should be funded. They gave excuses and excuses. We are not well protected. And you know it, Mr. Alvarez. Okay? So give the money and give it to the department, bring our chief back, and let's forget about this. You can do it. You have the authority. I'm sorry that the other council people gave up their authority. When I was on council, as a mayor and as a city councilwoman, we, 5 of us, were able to fire and hire 4 positions, and one of them was the chief of police. Why it was changed, that's up to you all. But I'm very, very disappointed in Scarlett and you, Ms. Tamayo, and even you being sitting there. You should not be sitting there, sir. I have nothing against you, but you should not be sitting there. It is illegal what you're doing. You should have said, I'm right.
Thank you for
I'm
your
not going to
comments.
sit there
If we can
because
please
it's
have
not
the next
right.
speaker.
Okay, I love my...
Next speaker. Next speaker.
Thank you, Roski. If we can please have the next speaker. Thank you. Thank
Next
you for your
speaker
comments.
is Vivian Frederickson, followed by Edmund Robert Velos.
Yes, can we have the next speaker?
This is my first time, and I'm doing it for the Montebello Police Department because I support them. So my name is Vivian Frederickson, and I'm a longtime resident of Montebello. And I'm very disappointed in all of you for firing our chief of police, Chief Espinoza. I want him back. We all do, and that's why we're here tonight. And that's all I have to say, is we need to have him back. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. If we can have the next speaker, please.
Next speaker is Edmund Robert Velos, followed by Greg Gonzalez.
Oops, I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor. My name is Edmund Veloz, Edmund Robert Veloz. I've lived in this town 76 years. You know, I'm making a comment about what happened here 2 weeks ago, and I was here. Now, this concerns Rick Alonso. Now, I've known him a little bit, about 2 years, when he first started campaigning. And I somewhat supported him then. After a while, I kind of tailed off on that. But Rick, in that time, you should have known about how this city and how government runs, how it works. Even though you weren't on the city council, you should have known that. So when it was offered to you to come up here, and there were only 2 people on the city council at that 2 weeks ago, and you had a choice. You could have said, I recuse myself unless we have a 3-member quorum to vote on it, or until there's an election. You should have recused yourself. By doing that, you would have shown that you're your own man. You would have shown integrity, and you would have shown that you're above all of this, and maybe the right man for the job eventually, whenever it came up. But you're not now. Not now. And I saw this happening, and I said, this can't be. You took advice from a bad city attorney, that's for sure. If you wanted to do that, leave it alone. You had your chance to do the right thing, and you didn't do it. And what's more, you caused a lot of trouble. A lot of acrimony came out of that night. I know I was one of the people shouting, because I was just appalled by what happened. Rick, You had your chance to show you're above all of this, and you didn't do it. You had your chance to show you're your own man, and you didn't do that. Now, the thing is, now we're in litigation because of you. And that's costing us, Montebello people, us taxpayers, money to have to defend this project, to defend you, and you should not be there. Eventually, we'll get even with all of this, you know, because it's the right thing to do, to have to start all over again, but it should not have happened. We should not have had to do this. Rick, you can get out now. You can resign and say, okay, I got it. I got the message. But if you're not, we see that there's a taint to what you're doing.
Thank you for your comments.
Your position now has a taint.
If we can please have the next speaker.
Next speaker is Greg Gonzalez, followed by James Santana.
Good evening. Thank you for the time. I too would like to speak about the last regular council meeting. There was considerable interest and urgency attached to the selection of a representative for District 5. After a lengthy process, including impressive candidate statements, all of which evidenced thought and a dedication to service. There were comments by the council, there was confusion, how statements would be made, and then finally the mayor called for nominations and heard none. Then the mayor made a nomination, a vote was taken, and it deadlocked at 2-2. Then a week-long delay was proposed and accepted. There was considerable grumbling in the gallery about this, and the audience was reminded to have respect and decorum, as we have been reminded tonight, for the proceedings. I ask, where is the respect and decorum for the residents and their time? Left to our own devices, we can only assume there was a deal made prior to the meeting to delay the process and then do it later in a less well-attended meeting. But we don't know. When do council members ever take questions publicly in this forum? And I'm grateful for the time I have spent with some of you to take questions and discuss matters. But when is it ever done publicly? Is it allowed? When, for example, could residents ask about the towing contract in Huntington Park, or the ex-police chief, or the quorum issue, and get answers in real time in an open forum? People come up to this microphone and pour their hearts out on matters important to them, and they are received with impassive faces. We look for leadership, intelligence, and inspiration. These qualities would be more evident in open forum where council members can explain their votes and their positions in live time, in real time. In addition to our collective work on environmental justice, I pledge to seek a way to devote time in these meetings where residents' time can be better spent, and city officials will be held to their pledges of a free, fair, and open process. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. If we can have the next speaker.
Next speaker is James Santana.
Good evening, Mayor, council members, and Montebello residents. I'm here tonight and as a deeply concerned resident and community leader to express my disappointment in the undemocratic process that took place during the appointment for the District 5 council seat. This council had an opportunity to restore trust in our local government. Yet what we witnessed was the opposite. This process was tainted by backroom deals, political favoritism, and a blatant disregard for transparency. It was clear that a decision had already been made before this process already began. I ran in 2022 as well, and I had more votes than you, Rick Alonso, across this whole city. But yet, Councilwoman Peralta only wanted one person to do the job, a yes man. There was a key difference between you and I. I also stayed involved. I was a commissioner. I sat in that seat right there, and I volunteered, and I continued to give my time. I did not do horror movie reviews for the last 2 years. I want to specifically call out and keep accountable Councilmember Peralta and Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo, who not only participated in this charade, but actively contributed to silencing the voice of the residents of District 5. They had used their power to go totally against values of democratic fairness. They chose political maneuvering over political trust, over public trust. Mayor, That night, Councilwoman Peralta acknowledged the family that was here in support for Rick Alonso. My family was here too. You were only looking at one person. My family was here too. Montebello deserves better. The people of District 5 deserve a leader to be chosen by them, not backroom deals. This appointment process was an insult to every resident who believes in accountable leadership. Montebello residents are watching, and I hope that if you are in District 1 or District 2, that you should file for an intent to recall those 2 seats. These elected and appointed leaders are compromised. And also, no more coffee with the cop, please. Every time we have a coffee with the cop, you guys are terminating some cop. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Do we have any other speakers?
Mayor, that concludes all speaker cards for non-agenda items.
Okay, thank you to all the speakers. We'll move on to staff communications on items of community interest. Do we have any?
Yes, Mayor, council members, I have a happy announcement to make regarding the state of California. They actually designated Armenian Monument a historical site. We want to thank Senator Archuleta and all our Armenian caucus, all our leaders at the state level that advocated for this. As part of the designation, we are going to have a press conference at the Armenian Monument next Friday, February 21st at 10 a.m. We welcome all the community to attend and celebrate this big honor. Thank you.
Thank you, City Manager. We'll move on to regular business, item number 9. Do we have a presentation for that?
Yes, presentation by Fire Marshal, Mr. Cifuentes, if you can join us. And Chief, yes, sir.
Good evening, Mayor, members of City Council. Before I hand it over to our Fire Marshal, I just wanted to preface a little bit of things that we're going to talk about. In 2018, there was a horrific fire in Oakland, California. There was a lot of loss of life, and as of that, resulted AB Senate Bill 1205, which mandated all municipalities that have their own fire department a list of mandated inspections. It took us from 2018 to 2024 to accomplish that. That is a huge monumental achievement for our fire department in our city. What these men do is amazing. I oversee 5 divisions in the fire department, and I could tell you this division, there are things that keep fire chiefs awake at night. Knowing that certain business didn't get inspected, a target hazard didn't get inspected. Those are the things that we don't like to see in our community. I take that very serious. And one of the things that we've done is actually we've grown our community risk reduction. They're responsible for inspecting all the mandated inspections, all the businesses, keeping us safe in our community. They do a lot of work. They also do our arson investigations, and I can tell you what they do when it comes to investigations. We have had some serious fires. They not only investigate them, but they arrest. They work with the DA, and we're able to, let me just tell you this, you don't want to light a fire in Montebello because we take it very serious what we do here. Thanks to them. I'm very honored to introduce our fire marshal and the team. We got a few members out in training, but they're here.
Good evening. I'm just going to give you a snapshot of our division. I believe Chief Pelaez gave a good 30,000-foot view. Good evening, members of the City Council, honorable mayors, city staff, members of the community. My name is Dan Cifuentes, and as Chief Pelaez said, I'm the fire marshal over community risk reduction. So I believe there's a, can you, next slide? Oh, sorry, Chief. So who are we? Community risk reduction. I believe most people probably know formally as fire prevention. Fire prevention is a component of community risk reduction with just an expansion of looking at the community as a whole and taking the data, things specific to our jurisdiction, and then addressing the risk with that. Our staff utilize, the California Fire Code, NFPA, and best industry practices to address any new construction project that we have in town, businesses, processes, special events, or anything that comes into our jurisdiction. I'm very fortunate in this division to be able to work with every single department in the city and the great partnership that we have in order to make sure that whatever's coming into the city of Montebello is safe for the residents, safe for our firefighters, and the community as a whole. Just some of the things CRD participates in is, like I said, the conditional use process and planning, special events like our 4th of July show and our Street Fest, new and existing occupancy inspections because of what Senate Bill 1205 was implemented for, public education, training, and again, the arson component. And we're also regional task force operators throughout the region for arson investigation. Next slide. And any good program or any good entity obviously is based on the team, right? The boots on the ground, the people who are doing the work is what's the most important. And I am very fortunate to have a stellar team here. And they're listed here. Unfortunately, Captain Robinson is not here today. He's running our arson division. He's actually out of state learning about some of the most advanced techniques when it comes to some of the hazards that we're seeing in the region. So he's not here today. But I have Yvette, Fire Inspector Fernandez, Fire Inspector Steve Minnick, who's also in training tonight, Fire Inspector Jacob Schwinnick, Senior Administrative Assistant Veronica Lara, and Senior Administrative Assistant Blessing Tulaga. That is the team that makes up CRD. I gotta say, I'm sorry, next slide, Chief. These are the people who are answering the phone calls, they're answering the emails, they're scheduling all of our inspections and getting the team prepared for any special events that we have in the city. They're also the ones that are helping us build the community through all the large development projects that we have, and I can't thank them enough for all their hard work and effort. So we're here to just talk about Senate Bill 1205. As Chief Pelias stated, this happened because of the Ghost Ship fire, which took place a couple of years ago. I won't go into the details, but it was a very bad fire in a existing warehouse, and it was being utilized as a residence. On the night of the event, they had a special concert in the building, and because of all the unpermitted structures that were within the building, the lack of egress, and the fire loading, unfortunately, 36 people perished in that fire. It was very difficult for them to get out and for the fire department to take care of that. So Senate Bill 1205 is why we're here tonight. The inspections that were done over 2024 were mandated because of that incident and because of the assistance or the support from the fire chief, the assistant fire chief, and council. We were able to obtain the staffing to identify all the mandated inspections in our city, and I'm proud to say that we were 100% in our inspection rate for 2024, which is the first for our fire department. There's a list of inspections. I won't go into it. I know the evening is going to be long, but I'm just very proud to say that we have accomplished this goal. We look forward to expanding on it in 2025, and I'm willing to take any questions.
Thank you for the presentation, and thank you for the team and for all the hard work and all that you do. So we're extremely appreciative of keeping our community safe, and we've seen some of the work that you all have done. So again, extremely appreciative. I'll see if any of my colleagues have any questions, comments. Okay, seeing none, I know this is a receive and file item, so no action needs to be taken. Again, thank you for the presentation. And once again, congratulations. We appreciate everything that you do, and congratulations for just being such a good team and working so hard for us. So thank you again.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to item number 10, which is the review of current city council assignments to various boards, agencies, and ad hoc task force committees. So I think what we've done in the past is we go committee by committee or board by board, and if any of my colleagues have any interest, I know the mayor serves on certain items, but I'll just go down, and we can just do one motion all the way at the end, or do we need to do a motion with each item? Everybody? Okay, perfect.
Mayor, do you have the list? Do we have the list?
Yeah, I think it's in the back of the binder. Yeah.
Yeah, got it, thank you.
Okay, so I'll start off with County of LA Sanitation District. I know that that's the designee is usually the mayor, and then the mayor pro tem is the alternate. So let me just go ahead and write this down. So if everybody's okay, we'll move forward with that one. Mayor pro tem, you'll be the alternate for the county
Yes.
sanitation district. Okay. All right. I believe the LA County city selection is the same thing. The mayor is the designee. Mayor pro tem is the alternate. So.
Yes.
All right. So the next one is for the SGV COG, the San Gabriel Valley Council of Governments. This one was occupied by Councilmember Torres, and the alternate was Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo. I'll open it up to my colleagues to see if there's anybody that has an interest in serving in that committee.
Yeah, I'd love to take that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anybody else? No. Okay. So we have Councilmember Alonso. You'll be the representative. Is there anyone that wishes to be the alternate? I'll be the alternate. That's yeah. All right. And we also have the Capital Projects Committee, the ACE project. Again, Councilmember Torres was a representative for that, and we had Councilmember Peralta as the alternate. Does anybody have any interest in serving in that one?
Mayor, I guess just a point. I know that this specific committee is integral to the current project that we have in the city of Montebello in terms of Montebello Boulevard and the underpass. Hopefully, whenever the District 4 seat is, whenever we do have someone fill that, I think that definitely should be a point of priority for that seat. But at this moment, seeing that it is vacant, I would go ahead and nominate you to take it.
Okay.
In the interim.
Sounds good. And then maybe we won't choose an alternate at this time until there's a representative for District 4. All right. District 4. All right. So we have the Gateway Cities Council of Governments. Currently, we have Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo as the representative. And then we have Councilmember Peralta as the alternate. I'll first turn over to Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo. Would you still like to serve on that seat?
Yes, I would.
Okay. There's no opposition. We'll have the Mayor Pro Tem serve as the representative. Councilor Peralta, you're the alternate. Would you like to continue serving as the alternate?
I can, but if someone else would like to take it, I'm more than happy to.
Councilmember Alonso, is there any interest as you serving as the alternate to the Gateway City Council of Governments?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. So we have Mayor Pro Tem will remain in that, and we'll switch it to Councilmember Alonso as the alternate. All right. So we have Independent Cities Association. Currently, I'm the representative, and we have the alternate as Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo. I do have a leadership position for contract cities. That is kind of like the equivalent to ICA. So I would like to step down as a member for Independent Cities Association. I'd like to see if any of my colleagues are interested in taking that position.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and express interest for the seat.
Okay. So we'll have Councilmember Peralta for ICA. Is there Councilmember Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo? You're currently the alternate. Would you like to remain as the alternate? Okay. All right. Okay. We have the Montebello Chamber of Commerce representative. So currently we have the Mayor Pro Tem as the representative, and we had Councilmember Torres as the alternate. Mayor Pro Tem, I'll turn it over to you first. Would you still like to serve as a representative there?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. There's no opposition. We'll have the Mayor Pro Tem serve as the representative. Is there any interest on anybody for the alternate position? All right, I'll serve as the alternate. Okay. All right. Now we have the League of California Cities. We currently had Councilmember Torres as a representative and Councilmember Peralta as the alternate. Is there anybody that would like to serve on?
Yeah, I'd love to take this one as well.
Okay. So we have Councilmember Alonso. Councilmember Peralta, would you like to serve as an alternate for that?
Yeah, I can remain as alternate.
All right. The vector control, we do have a resident that has been appointed, Ave Cordero. He serves, well, actually, oh, okay, so it's November 2025? Okay, okay, so we'll leave that and we'll revisit that once the term expires. Okay, I'll move forward to SIACA. We currently have Councilor Peralta that serves as a representative. Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo is the alternate. I'll first start off with Councilmember Peralta to see if you would continue.
I'll go ahead and step down. Thank you.
Step down?
Step down, yes.
Okay. Is there any interest of any of my colleagues to serve?
Yeah, I'll take that one too.
You'll take that one?
Yep.
Okay. So we have Councilmember Alonso. And I should have probably noted this, but on the 5th section, there's a meeting times. So just want to make sure that it works with everybody's schedule. Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo, would you like to serve as the alternate? Or?
SIACA.
No. Okay.
Yes,
perfect.
I'll stay as alternate for SIACA.
All right. And we have SCAG, so the Southern California Association of Governments. Currently, we have Councilor Peralta as the delegate and myself as the alternate. Councilor Peralta, would you like to continue to serve?
Yeah, I can continue that one.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll go ahead and stay as the alternate. All right. So I don't have the sheet for the ad hoc.
Here you go.
Yeah. Is it this one?
It's, yeah.
No. Oh, this one?
Oh, no.
Wait, maybe this one. Oh, perfect. Okay. I have it. Thank you. All right, so we'll go through the ad hoc committees. We will start off with the Ashia Sister City Association. We currently have Councilmember Peralta, and it seems like we don't have anybody for the second slot. So I'll start off first with Councilmember Peralta. Would you like to continue to serve there?
I've served for 3 years. I'd love an opportunity for my other colleagues to serve. I know we've all been very supportive and we all go to all the events, but if anyone would like to step in and take the delegate role.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll turn it over to my colleagues to see if there's any interest to serve on the Ashia Sister City Association.
I would like to serve.
Okay, so we have the Mayor Pro Tem. Okay. Does anybody have any other interest in being the second person in that committee?
I think it's only one.
Is it just one?
On
That's why
mine,
it's-
it shows
That's
one.
why it's blacked out? Is that,
Yeah.
okay,
Okay.
okay. Never mind, just one. All right, the Stepanakert Sister City Association, I currently serve on it. I don't think there's any activity. I haven't really, yeah, so, okay. Okay, so I'll continue to serve on that one. Everybody's okay with it? We have the Innovating Commerce Serving Communities Ad Hoc. Currently, we have Councilor Peralta and myself. Councilor Peralta, do you have interest in serving?
I believe this one's a mayor pro tem.
Okay.
So.
All right, if being that the case, then it'll be myself and Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo. All right, and we have the Joint School District Ad Hoc. I know is it still pending approval from the Montebello Unified School District, or?
David, by chance you know David? I can't see you, sorry. Yeah.
Mr. City Manager, Mr. Mayor, I believe that is the case. There was a wait with the school district side of it.
Okay, so what we'll do is, we currently have we had Councilmember Torres and Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo that served on that. Is there any, first, I'll start off with Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo. Is there still interest in serving that?
Yes.
Yep, okay. Is there anybody that would like to take the place of Councilmember Torres? Former Councilmember Torres?
I'll go ahead and take it if no one else.
Okay, we'll have Councilmember Peralta. And then we have the Washington Gold Line Coalition. We had former Councilmember Torres in that position. Is there anybody here that would like to serve on that?
Yeah, I would like to serve on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Councilmember Alonso. All right, and then we have the Adventist White Memorial Ad Hoc Committee. Currently is myself and former Councilmember Torres. I would still like to serve on that committee. Is there anybody else that would like to serve?
Yes, I would like to serve on that.
Councilmember Peralta. All right, this concludes. I'd like to open it up also to see if there's any ad hoc committee. Okay, go ahead, Councilmember.
Thank you. You read my mind. It was part of the agenda packet report, but it's not on the list. But one of the I had received consensus previously to develop basically a workforce economic development workforce ad hoc. We recently, this past year, adopted our economic prosperity plan with a lot of incredible initiatives that I think would be great for this ad hoc to begin to oversee the implementation of. And then also seeing that we have Olympics LA 28 coming into town. How do we plan for that? And then beyond that, just focusing on economic development and how we can create better sustaining jobs for our residents is, I think, a priority for us. And so I would like to establish that ad hoc and hopefully be one of those that serve on that ad hoc today as we finalize the list.
Okay, sounds good. So we'll have a city manager.
If you want to go ahead and fill at least 2 spots.
Okay, so we'll have Councilmember Peralta. Is there an interest for somebody to serve on that committee with the council member?
Sure, I will serve.
Okay, so we have Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo. All right. Is there any other committees? No? Okay, so at this point, I believe I can take a motion to approve all of these.
Approve all regional board assignments and city ad hoc and task force assignments.
Okay, sounds good. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I motion to approve.
So we have a first by Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo.
I'll second.
We have a second by Councilor Peralta. If I can please have roll call.
Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo.
Aye.
Councilor Peralta.
Aye.
Councilor Alonso.
Aye.
Mayor Melendez.
And I vote aye. Okay, we'll move on to item number 11, the consideration of filling the council member position. Do we have a presentation for this?
Yes, Mayor, council members, I'm happy to speak on this item. Item number 11 is consideration of filling vacant council member position. For background, this item pertains to the resignation that we received from council member David Torres on January 28, 2025. It was effective that day. This resignation created a vacancy in District 4. Under Government Code Section 36512, subscript B, the City Council may choose to fill the unscheduled vacancy in District 4 either through an appointment or by calling for a special election within 60 days of the vacancy. As a result of this unscheduled vacancy, the City Council is obligated to fill the vacancy, which ends in December 2028 until the general municipal election of November 3rd, 2026. Pursuant to Government Code Section 36512, subscript B, once a vacancy of an elected office exists, the City Council has 60 days, as we mentioned before. The council does have 2 options. Option number 1 is to fill the vacancy by a special election. Per government code, it states that the council calls a special election. The special election shall be held in the next regularly established election date, not less than 114 days from the call of the special elections. A person elected to fill the vacancy holds the office for the unexpired term of the former incumbent. Currently, the Los Angeles County Register Recorder's Office does not have an upcoming election until 2025. Does not have an upcoming election in 2025. Therefore, this would be a special election and not consolidated with any federal, state, or county contest. For this reason, the city of Montebello would be fully responsible for all costs incurred. The estimated cost per the register recorder for a special election is approximately between $450,000 to $510,000. If the council wishes to proceed in this option, staff will prepare an appropriate resolutions with the register recorders for consideration and approval at their level. The second option that the council has is to fill the vacancy by an appointment until the next regularly scheduled general election, which will be held on November 3rd, 2026. The City of Montebello Municipal Code does not include an appointment process for filling vacancies of elected offices. The City Council can solicit applications and conduct interviews prior to making an appointment. The City Council may choose, but is not required to solicit and/or conduct interviews prior to making an appointment. A draft application is attached as attachment B as part of the staff report, for reference only. If the City Council wishes to fill the vacancy by appointment, the appointment can be made at any time within the 60-day period of the vacancy. Since the vacancy was effective on January 28, 2025, and if the City Council opts to fill the vacancy by appointment, it is recommended that the City Council hold a special open session during a regularly scheduled council meeting of February 26, 2025, or at a convenient time to consider applications and make an appointment. Any person appointed to fill the vacancy must be a citizen of the United States, a resident of District 4, and a registered voter of the City of Montebello. Additionally, they must be 18 years of age at the time of appointment, and any applicant is disqualified from holding office upon conviction of a felony as specified in Montebello Municipal Code 2.08.040. In accordance with Government Code Section 36512, if the City Council fills the vacancy by appointment, the appointee will serve until the next general municipal election, which is scheduled at least 130 days after the City Council is notified of the vacancy. The appointee will continue in office until the person selected to fill the vacancy has been qualified and assumes the position. The person elected will then serve the remainder of the unexpired term. The attached resolution prepared for the council to select any of the options presented. If the council chooses option 2, the city clerk would advertise the vacancy the next council action would take place during the regular meeting of February 26, 2025. The City Council would then consider applications and make an appointment. The appointee would have to be selected and take their oath of office on or before March 29, 2025, and would assume their seat during their regular meeting on March 12, 2025. I did want to provide a little bit more context in terms of the cost and what entails this process. The cost is something that's provided by the county. The county administers these elections. For context, we did present that item for the estimated amount of $450,000 to $510,000. However, for full transparency, we do expect that number to be significantly higher. This cost is based specifically on District 5 special election. District 4 currently has 6,889 registered voters. When compared with Council District 5, which has 5,810 registered voters, Council District has 1,089 more voters. For this reason, we expect an increased cost should the council decide to go down a special election. It is important to know for council, we have not budgeted for a special election at this time. Just for reference point, the last election we had was consolidated in November of last year, and that total cost for the citywide, for those two districts that were up, including a recall election, was $196,044. I'm available, and the city attorney is available to answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you for the report, the presentation, City Manager. Before we go, do we have any speakers that pertains to this item?
We have no speaker cards for this item.
Okay. Before I turn it over to my colleagues, just wanted to get clarification on maybe the difference between the District 4 and District 5. For this specific seat, there is going to be a requirement to have an election within 2 years or on the next scheduled general election.
Former council member Torres was elected to a four-year term for state regulations. If the term is longer than more than half the term. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I had my mic off. Councilmember Torres was elected to a four-year term this past November. Per state regulations, if the seat is longer than half the term, we are required by law to have a special election within 2 years. In this case, the special election that comes up next is the midterm elections of November 2026.
Okay. And then for that specific term, it'll be a 2-year term to complete the rest of them. Okay. All right. At this point, I'll go around and see if my colleagues have any questions, comments. Okay. I'll see if I'll entertain a motion for.
The options is either, as mentioned, to a special election or begin an appointment process similar to what we did the last vacancy.
I will make a motion to fill the vacancy by appointment.
Okay, we have a first here. Do we have a
I'll
second?
second.
Okay, we have a first and a second. If we can please have a roll call.
Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo,
Aye.
Councilmember Peralta,
Aye.
Councilmember Alonso,
Aye.
Mayor Melendez.
And I vote aye. We'll move on to the consent calendar. If I can please have the city attorney poll the council.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. We're at the point of our agenda of the consent calendar. These matters are considered to be routine. Any member of the council who wishes to discuss any item on the consent agenda, which tonight carries from item 12 all the way through, items 23, 12 through 23, or any request from the public to address the council on any of those items, that should be designated at this time. Mr. City Clerk, do we have any public comment cards on the consent agenda?
We do not have any speaker cards for consent calendar.
So then I will poll the council. Again, items 12 through 23, and we'll start with Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo.
No items.
Councilmember Peralta,
Yes, item 13 and 18.
13 and 18. Okay. Councilmember Alonso
None.
and Mayor Melendez.
I have no items.
Okay. So at this point in time, it would be appropriate to entertain a motion to approve the consent calendar items 12 through 23 with the exception of item 13 and 18.
I motion to approve the items as read into the record.
Okay, we have a first by Councilmember Peralta.
I second.
We have a second by Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo. If I can please have a roll call.
Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo,
Aye.
Councilmember Peralta,
Aye.
Councilmember Alonso,
Aye.
Mayor Melendez.
And I vote aye. All right, we'll move on to item number 13 that was pulled by Councilmember Peralta.
Yes, I pulled this item. This item is specifically to approve an amendment to an agreement with Blaze and Associates for grant writing services to increase the not to exceed amount. I think it's really important for us to own our wins as a city. And one thing that I do want to highlight and uplift is that our fire department, through this specific grant writing service, has been able to trickle down and pull in a lot of funding through different types of grants that the city has applied to. I just wanted to ask staff if they can just please cover maybe some of the grants that we've received. And I know in the staff report, they did mention about some potential grants that they're looking at applying. I think this general information is extremely important to uplift, simply because, as we know, our revenues are very restricted. So when we can get grant funding, I think that's always a big win for the city.
Yeah, Acting Assistant City Manager, if you wouldn't mind talking a little bit about the grants that have been received during this? This is something that she oversees in her purview.
So for the grants that we are receiving, obviously, we get a lot of services from the grant writers, such as researching opportunities. So there's a lot, I would say, out there, especially like when it comes to fire, police, even IT, parks. So we want to make sure that, we get that information. But we have been obviously working towards looking at, for the homeless services, housing, really looking at, bringing those services in. So far, I don't have an amount, but we've been, what was it, Chief, like 15 million with even the SAFER grant that we got for 3 years, which was all close to $6 million. So compared to the dollar of what we get, it's been beneficial to us. So, and we hope to work more in a general format with the other departments so that we can improve our money, coming in through grants and stuff.
Thank you. I appreciate.
No, the only thing I would add that generally speaking, our city is very good and successful in receiving grant funding. Specific to the fire department, the grants that they've received, that you mentioned, the overall amount, have funded some of the most critical positions for our city, including firefighters, and then a lot of the funding that we get in partnerships with our regional partners provides a lot of our homeless services, so a lot of the risk services that directly impact residents. So, this is a budget amendment, actually increasing what I would say a negligible amount of $30,000. But if we were to do a cost-benefit analysis over the trajectory of how many, let's say 5 years, the amount of funding that we receive significantly outweighs the funding that council's approved. So this is, I would say, money well spent by the city council if approved.
No, thank you. Thank you for that overview. Again, I think it's really important to really uplift those specific grant funding opportunities that we've been awarded, and continuing to lean on grant writing services is something that I very much support. So I'll go ahead and motion to approve item 13.
Okay, we have first by Councilor Peralta. Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Mayor Pro Tem. If I can please have a roll call.
Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo,
Aye.
Councilor Peralta,
Aye.
Councilor Alonso,
Aye.
Mayor Melendez.
And I vote aye. All right, we'll move on to item number 18. That was also pulled by Councilor Peralta.
Yes, so this item, I wanted to also highlight a quick note, but I do have a question. So item number 18 is basically accepting the Sustainable Communities Program Active Transportation and Safety Program grant, another grant that we were able to receive. And this one is specifically towards a cycle-safe bridge project along the Whittier Bridge that we have. And so I very much am looking forward to some of the amenities as well as some of the improvements that we'll have that will create a just safer entryway into entryway into the bike corridor along Bluff. And so just again, very appreciative that we're seeking these levels of funding. I did see, though, that we were awarded $300,000 out of the $700,000 that we initially had requested. I did want to ask how we would fill that gap, or if we need to fill that gap.
Mr. Palombi, can you talk a little bit on this grant?
Thank you very much.
I know it was joint, but Cesar?
Thank you very much, Mr. City Manager, Councilmember Peralta. That's a good question. So we were one of 8 city and county agencies. This was an extremely competitive grant. I want to thank actually the Community Development Department, Mr. Jose Cardea, for helping us out with this grant as well. So when SCAG went through this process, they didn't fully fund our project. They were looking at certain aspects, like for example, paving and things of that nature, in which it would have been, a much better opportunity for bike riders not to have potholes and so forth. But what they really wanted to focus on was quick build projects. And so they awarded only partially for like wayfinding signs, bicycle striping, pedestrian lighting, and things of that nature that we could actually quickly perform within a couple of months after awarding the grant. And so currently we're just working on focusing on what was awarded, and anything else after that, the city manager will probably, we'll discuss at our future CIP meeting about that. Mr. Joe Palumbi wants to also add to that.
If I may, Mr. City Manager, actually, I would also like to recognize a student intern who worked very hard from the University of San Diego and he is a resident of Pico Rivera. During the summer, he worked on this grant application, and hopefully we can bring him back to be acknowledged. But his name was Johnny Huerta, and he contributed significantly. And we did reach out to him via email. He's in his senior year at UC San Diego. So again, we just want to recognize him because he worked very hard. And we're very happy that we achieved this grant. So thank you.
Wonderful. I really appreciate adding that additional context. I think anytime that we can provide those types of activities, internship opportunities, it goes along the whole building those pipelines for just the youth in our community to be able to upskill. I do have a question. I did see that there was a contingency list of projects, and one of them was the Madison Neighborway. What does that, can you define like what the contingency list is and what are the possibilities of us also receiving funding for that specific project?
Another good question. Thank you. Actually, this actually belongs under transit. So when transit submitted in the SCAG grant several years ago, and then we also acknowledged, the assistance from the transit's planning staff member, they had submitted in a bicycle route that takes residents on the southerly part of the city. And even though it was not awarded, there's still a possibility that there's future funding that just came out through Metro, through their MAP program. And so there might be a possibility where they fund that in the hopefully sometime by the summer. So if that's the case, then we would have 2 successful projects, which would really, really be important to our community.
Thank you. No, I'm very, very happy to hear that we not only made the official list, but we also had a project within that contingency list. And as someone that has just really advocated for pedestrian safety as well as cyclist safety, again, these are very important projects that would help in terms of activating these areas. So with that, Mayor, I'll go ahead and approve item number 18.
We have a first by Councilmember Peralta to approve this item. Do I have a second?
I second.
Okay. We have a second by Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo. If we can please have a roll call.
Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo,
Aye.
Councilmember Peralta,
Aye.
Councilor Alonso,
Aye.
Mayor Melendez.
And I vote aye. All right, we'll move on to AB 1234 travel reports. I'll look around to see if my colleagues have anything to report. No? All right, we'll move on to council orals. I'll pass it on to Councilmember Alonso.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to formally request a presentation outlining the proposed locations, budget allocation, staffing, and operational plans for a police substation in South Montebello. Over the past year, we've seen a disturbing increase in criminal activity in our district, including multiple home invasions and a shooting. One resident in particular has been victimized 3 times in their own home. This is completely unacceptable. Our community deserves proactive measures to enhance public safety, not just reactive responses. A dedicated substation in South Montebello would allow for faster response times, increased police presence, and a better engagement with residents. The citizens of the South appreciate the help from the current police beat assigned to South Montebello. But in addition to the rising crime concerns outlined above, the Greenwood Montebello grade separation project is also causing a delayed police response from major emergencies, along with the light rail activity as well. And so it makes this project makes it even more critical, I think, for us to have a permanent police presence in our area to ensure fast response times, despite the infrastructure challenges. I also respectfully request a police report detailing crime trends, response times, and any data that can support a strategic approach to improving safety in the district. Mayor, can I get a roll call on this request to ensure that we receive a full and detailed presentation on this matter at a future meeting?
Okay. There's no other comments or questions from my colleagues. So if we can have a roll call to approve this item.
Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo,
Aye.
Councilor Peralta, Councilor Alonso,
Aye.
Mayor Melendez.
And I vote aye. All right. So we'll have consensus to bring back a presentation outlining the proposed locations. And we'll move on to your second.
I have a second one. Yeah, appreciate that, Mayor. I'd also like to request an update on the Bluff Road Iron Face Replacement Project, which has faced repeated delays without a clear resolution. Residents in the area have waited long for action. We need to understand the next steps, the project timelines for completion, and any planned maintenance efforts once the project is completed. A key issue stalling this project is the parcel assessment study, which is directly tied to determining the funding, scope of work, and overall feasibility of the fence replacement. Without the study's completion, we can't move forward. I am requesting an update on where we stand with that report, when it will be finalized, and how its findings will impact the project timeline. If there are any outstanding issues preventing the completion, we need to identify them and resolve them immediately. I request the city staff provide a formal update on both the parcel assessment study and the Bluff Road fence replacement project so that we have concrete answers to the community. I think these delays cannot continue indefinitely. Mayor, can I also get a roll call on this request to ensure we receive a full and detailed update at a future meeting?
Okay, I'll move to our city clerk to please call a roll call to approve this item.
Mayor Pro Tem Tamayo,
Aye.
Councilmember Peralta,
Aye.
Councilmember Alonso,
Aye.
Mayor Melendez.
And I vote aye. Okay, that item also carries, and we'll bring back a report. All right, that concludes all of our, that concludes all the council orals. I'd just like to remind the public that we are having some budget sessions that are coming in for community input. And it's also an opportunity that what we're doing this time around is we're going to have different departments there to also hopefully answer any questions, concerns, but just around there and also kind of know a little bit more about what our departments do. We have one scheduled, I want to say next week.
Next Thursday at the Senior Center. I really want to thank council across the board for really moving the ball forward, starting last year where we wanted to ensure that we had a more inclusive budget process where we actually went out to the community, sought input, and directly understood what the needs were in the respective areas. So we appreciate that. It's something that we really enjoyed. It was really well received. And then this year, under the mayor's leadership, he wanted to add something that we thought was a great idea, which is actually kind of bringing City Hall to your community, right? So while we are focused on the budget process and going through that, we also want to be able to assist residents personally in their communities. Last year, we did actually get some inquiries, and we kind of addressed it as we were there. But this time, we're going to have information tables. We're going to have staff. So we welcome everybody. The budget meeting's next Thursday, February 20th at 6 p.m. at the Senior Center. We'll also be having a couple more budget meetings. One at Reggie Rodriguez Park. I forget the date, and then another one at the City Council, and then we'll add as many as we can. As part of the budget process. So thank you.
And then thank you for that. And just the idea of this is to have it in each of the council districts so folks can have an easier access to these budget meetings and to provide input. All right. Thank you all who attended the meeting and who watched us online. At this time, I'd like to adjourn the meeting at 9:13. Thank you all.